Love it. I took a chance connecting such a new monitor to an old piece of equipment. Though I have more modern computers, an old Power Mac G5 is maintained for backwards compatibility, a concern if you have decades of pre-OS X files. The acrylic stand on the 23-inch display previously connected to the G5 broke from the weight of the monitor. The Dell monitor has the same resolution and aspect ratio. Replace the ADC setup with HDMI without a hitch. These monitors, I have 3, are great. But do not buy it, you are going to daisy chain them. They flicker, and no amount of updates or using Dell branded cables will fix it. So, yes, great monitor. Just not for daisy chaining. This monitor is unexpectedly great for a Dell product I have paired with my MacBook Pro 15 inches. The cables Dell provides works perfectly, the display port, monitor side, and mini or Thunderbolt port on the MacBook Pro side. One of the USB 3.0 ports is being used on the MacBook Pro to the monitor to power the ports there, which it has 5 ports. In which 4 are vertical, which I don't like due to the access panel removal, and 1 on the left back which can be used with iPad, iPhone, iPod, and recharge other items like my Bluetooth earbuds. I also have 2 backup drives connected to the rear vertical ports which work flawlessly. Several other great features. Listen up Apple, the monitor spins on the stand to a 45-degree angle to access the rear port for charging or jump stick very easily. The ease of adjusting the height of the monitor and the tilt is perfect. The monitor is balanced in such a way that it doesn't even move. I am really impressed. The reason for 4 stars is that I noticed the pixelation compared to the MacBook Pro 15 inches Retina display. I probably should have purchased the 2560 by 1440 model and wouldn't notice it. I do use Flux, which makes the screen just right with having to fiddle with the monitor settings all the time. Blank screen, works perfect now. I am adding to my HP 2408H and it is just as good if not better. Great graphics and text. Just wanted to give others like me that don't read directions a heads up. If you connect the computer HDMI cable to monitor and get a blank screen, you have to change the input. It is set to DisplayPort input originally. Don't be like me, I was ready to put it back in the box but decided to read the manual as a last resort. Ha. In case you still don't want to read the manual, here is a screenshot of the instructions. I bought a pair of these monitors to take advantage of their DisplayPort 1.2 support, so I could extend my Surface desktop to multiple screens. I was initially frustrated until I realized that they ship with DP1.1 enabled, and you have to navigate the menu on each monitor to enable DP1.2 support. Once I figured that out, I was quite pleased with the setup. The screen is plenty bright and crisp for me. I am a typical business user, so I do everything from email and web browsing to document and spreadsheet editing on them. I also dabble in Photoshop, and to my amateur eye these monitors are as good as anything I've personally owned. I am sure a true artist would exercise much more scrutiny than me. I chose to purchase a Ascene BOODXYRKLW Dell MDS14 dual monitor stand 5TPP7 to use with the monitors, and that works well also. The result pictured is a nice clean desktop where 3 screens doesn't take up an inordinate amount of space. Great monitor for CAD. I bought 2 of these in 2015 when I set up my home office. I recently bought a third because I found I could be more productive with 3 screens. There are not many 16:10 ratio monitors on the market. Most are 16:9 because that's what movies are displayed in. CAD is different. There is less stretching of blueprints to fit the widescreen display and drawings are more proportionate. I bought a Ascene BO6X90 NDFF Funny NVIDIA Quadro P4000 Professional Graphics Board VCQ P4000PB graphic cards for a new PC that I built, and it runs 3 of these monitors without an issue. This monitor is nearly bezel-less. It is shocking how thin the bezels are. If you were to do multiple monitors, this would be a great pick. This is not a monitor for gaming as it's only 60Hz, but I am not a gamer. I use this mostly for creative apps. The overall color on the screen is good for Photoshop and video editing. It also looks surprisingly good at rendering down 4K video to 1080p. At first I loved the monitors, I have two of them. In less than a year, one of the two monitors developed a purple line through the middle of the screen. To me, this automatically gives this monitor a 1 star because it is a complete failure and is unusable. I will be trying to return it and getting a replacement. I contacted Dell and they are sending me a replacement monitor. It is a great monitor. I had an older version for the last 8 years and it still works as new, but I had to buy a new one due to relocation. This one is very comfortable because you have different angles and position possibilities. The picture is sharp and the colors are vivid. The edges of the screen are very thin. Comes very well packaged. In this case, install it on my stand Vivo. Los mejores monitores que he tenido. Been researching monitors for quite a while. Wanted dual daisy-chained displays that work primarily with work computer and HP ProBook laptop using a full-size DisplayPort connection. Needed to multitask with mostly Microsoft programs, WebEx, and video training. Also needed high-end displays for my personal MacBook Pro using Thunderbolt port to DisplayPort. Just got both displays this past week 12/18. Connected from HP laptop to first display using monitor mini DisplayPort in. Set that port to DisplayPort 1, 2, like other users say here in comments. Then connected, daisy-chained, from full-size DisplayPort out to second full-size DisplayPort in with cable purchased on Amazon. Powered up HP, powered on displays, and they both came up. Perfect, no issues. Been multitasking every day since. Really beautiful displays. Video, movies look great too. I show a photo here where I extend an iPhone panorama photo across the two screens. Pretty cool. I haven't had time to connect my MacBook Pro yet, but don't expect to have any issues. I will use that primarily with photo editing, with Adobe Lightroom and Photoshop. I purchased a Thunderbolt out mini DisplayPort to full-size DisplayPort in for that connection. Recommend, update, 1 week later, these monitors still working great with HP work computer. I did find, after a lot of work and reading, that the MacBook Pro does not support daisy chaining, MST. So, if I only plug into one Thunderbolt port, I have Thunderbolt 2 on MBP, the displays only mirror each other. They don't extend. I could only extend between two displays if I separately connected the second display to the second Mac Thunderbolt port. Based on what I read, the OS does not support MST, multi-stream transport. I have Mac OS High Sierra V10, 13, 6. If anyone else has been able to daisy chain with one cable connected to the Mac, let me know. Excellent picture quality as can be seen by all the pictures I uploaded. Click link in description for more reviews.